Hello students, welcome to Internet of Things class. The subject code is 17CS81, so it will be the first subject for your examination. So we'll be starting with the introduction today. It's module 1, and the topics which we talk about is what is IoT, Internet of Things, genesis of IoT and digitization, IoT impacts. The first module, and the first module is all about introduction. So how actually Internet of Things evolved, so when did it come, so we will see one by one and study with the examination point of view as well as knowledge point of view. Okay, so we'll get started. So we'll discuss about what is the Internet of Things. So we go by the textbook. Internet of Things is a technology in which devices will allow us to sense and control the physical world by making objects smarter and connecting them through an intelligent network. Okay, so if we talk in very simple and layman terms, suppose uh, so we take fans, so everyday home appliance. Okay, so we'll keep for our discussion some home automation as a benchmark so that it is graspable to all. Okay, so suppose we take home appliances, they are not smart. Okay, so we can see here in the first point, making objects smarter. So what is a smart object? So anything is a smart object which has processing power. Okay, so for example, uh, when 10 years back, the mobile phones, they were not smart. Okay, so they were pre-programmed. Okay, so there were limited number of operations that we can do in a mobile phone. So calling and whatever came preloaded, factory loaded. Okay, so yourself could not do anything. So then came smartphones. So earlier mobile phones were not called smartphone, they are just mobile phones. Okay, so then came the era of smartphones. Why were they called smartphones? Because they were programmable. So you can install your own apps, you can install your own softwares. Okay, you can do variety of things, it was programmable. Okay, so similarly, for example, if you take a tube light or if you take a fan, so they are not programmable. Okay, they do not have processing power, however small it may be. Okay, processing power does not mean that it has a Intel i9 in it, no. Okay, so even a small processing power is enough to classify it as a smart object. All right, so but it should be programmable too, not only processing but it should be programmable too. So suppose if we are able to install processing power in a fan so that it can do communication, it can record whatever the voltage fluctuations were there, if it can record the usage patterns, then it becomes smart. Okay, so the fan, for example, if you are taking the fan which we are using now is dumb. Okay, so it is not a smart fan. Suppose there is a product, technologically today it is possible, suppose there is a use case, suppose there is a product where it has processing power. Okay, you install a small processor in it, however small it is, however small capacity it is, and it can record, for example, all the usage patterns of the fan, then and communicate it to some central server, then it can be classified as smart fan. And also you should be able to upgrade those functions, upgrade those softwares from time to time. Okay, so suppose it is recording all the usage patterns. Okay, so today there is a format. Okay, so you have learned database. and usage pattern format means it will have a database. Okay, so let's take it is a DBMS row and column data style of database, and have some 4 or 5 fields to represent the usage pattern. Okay, so after some 1 or 2 year, the company or any service provider want to update the database, okay, for some more extra fields, okay, as per use case. Then if they are able to do so, okay, then it is a smart fan. Okay, so you should have processing power, you should be able to record the usage patterns, a service provider should be able to update the database or update the software present in it from time to time. So if those cases are there, then it is a smart fan. Okay, so similarly anything which we are using, so if we are able to install some processing power in it, and if we are from time to time update the software, then it becomes smart. Okay, so called smart. Okay, so then if it becomes smart, it should be able to communicate. Okay, so when it starts communicate, we have internet technology, wireless internet technology, so we are moving towards a 5G also. So we are connecting all the smart objects with one another. Okay, so that becomes internet of things here. So internet of, you can understand, things, that things here are smart objects. Okay, objects in the means smart devices. Objects, because in a general terms it is called objects, because we don't know in tomorrow's technology what else comes, new devices or something smart which cannot be classified as a device. So that's why in general it is called objects. So internet of technology is a technology translation in which devices will allow us to sense and control. So you can remotely operate the working of the fan, switch on and switch off air conditioners and all. We already have in automotive technology. Okay, so remotely start the vehicle and use the air conditioning also. So you should be able to sense, that means data collection, for example usage patterns, and control the operation, switching on, switching off, etc. So will allow us to sense and control the physical world by making objects smarter, so making devices smarter and connecting them through an intelligent network. So again we have got intelligent network. So we have a network, what makes it intelligent? So if there are algorithms which makes decisions, then it becomes intelligent network. Okay, so suppose let's take again smart fan. So if we are able to collect all the usage patterns, okay, so our fan, now our example fan is intelligent, smart, and it can record usage patterns, right? So collect all the usage patterns from different fans across different houses, okay, and make a decision. For example in design improvement, maybe in marketing, maybe in electricity supply, you make decisions. Okay, so that makes it intelligent. So for a network, if there are some algorithms which support decision making, so then it becomes an intelligent network. Okay, so next, when objects and machines can be sensed and controlled remotely across a network, a tighter integration between physical world and computer is enabled. So a tighter integration, so when the objects and machine you can run, I will go through only specific words. So a tighter integration, what is a tighter integration? What is an integration? If the subsystems talk to each other, then it is integration. Okay, for example we will take a automotive example. All right, so suppose if we have an old car, like old ambassador car, okay, so it is not integrated. You can take it to an ordinary mechanic, take out some part, put on some forged parts or something and make it move. Okay, so there are no sensors, there are no computer softwares which highlights that something is wrong, nothing. So you take out, everything is mechanical there. Okay, so it is not integrated. So the old ambassador car is not an integrated system, because the subsystems don't talk to each other, they are separate. You take out a subsystem, replace it, if it is mechanically okay for moving, it will move. Okay, so suppose take up the vehicles in today's world, okay, today's market. So we have different sensors for it, and if you take out and put some other parts, automotive parts, though it mechanically works, the system, the onboard computer does not accept that new part unless it is a genuine one, right? So the subsystems talk with each other. There are subsystems, and subsystems are integrated. They talk with each other and continuously give inputs and outputs to other subsystems, right? So that's why they are called integrated. So today's vehicles, they are integrated. Our old ambassador car is not an integrated system. Okay, so in this context, in Internet of Things concept, if we talk, so if all the electrical appliances and all the so called smart devices are connected, okay, so they can communicate with each other. Okay, so they can communicate with each other, so that becomes an integrated system. Okay, all the smart systems connect to a network, they can talk to each other. Okay, so therefore it becomes an integrated systems. That's what it's talking about when objects and machines can be sensed and controlled remotely across a network. Okay, a tighter integration between physical world and computers is enabled. So we go at the third point. The basic premise and goal of the Internet of Things is to connect the unconnected. So fan is not connected, electrical appliances are not connected, air conditioning is not connected, vehicles are not connected, the different instruments in the factories are not connected. So connect the unconnected. Currently they are unconnected, we want to connect it. Okay, so devices will be connected so that they can communicate and interact with the people and other objects. Okay, so they should be able to give required output to people operating the system, and also they should be integrated, or they should be able to communicate, talk with other subsystems. Okay, so the instead of viewing Internet of Things is as a single technology demo, it is good to view it as an umbrella of various concepts, protocols and technologies. Okay, so Internet of Technologies, IoT, so depends on networking. So IoT has its own protocols. IoT has embedded systems. IoT has a different database management strategies. Okay, so it is not just one single technology. Okay, so we cannot just say that okay, this is IoT. So it's a pool. Okay, it's a pool, and there are many technologies which are contributing to the whole concept of IoT, right? Okay, so Internet of Things introduces new challenges such as scaling. Scaling means, so we earlier our internet has had only computers. Now we added mobile phones. Okay, so which are 4G and upcoming 5G. Then again now we are planning to add all the appliances to it, all the objects, smart objects to it. So the number of devices go on increasing. As the number of devices go on increasing, there will be challenges, security challenges, data management challenges, networking challenges, traffic challenges, congestion challenges, everything will come into play. So that is the scaling problem. Scaling means we are increasing or decreasing the number of devices. In this case IoT, we are increasing the number. As the devices number of devices increase, there will be an increase in complexity of the system. Okay, so and the large amount of data, so which are produced, so that's the main attraction. Okay, so we said we talked that our smart fan will record the usage patterns. Okay, as an example we took. So why do we need the usage patterns? So making that we using that usage pattern, we can make decisions about electricity planning, supply planning. So we can know when the fan has become old and we need to replace that fan. So the companies can market, so that by the time okay they sense that okay this guy needs a new fan, the other one has become old, so they start targeting marketing, targeted marketing. Whenever you web browse something, the advertisement will only show the fan, some advertisement relating to only fan. You have observed this, right? So we have served, suppose you want a shoe, and when every website you visit, you will get a advertisement of shoes. right? So similarly, target, that is called targeted marketing. So you have targeted marketing, so that data usage pattern is collected, so it is used for various applications, right? So that's why the huge data amounts are precious and they needs to be processed, okay, in the required format. So the major challenges are, first is scaling, so the network problem, and also the data, huge data which is produced, that has to be processed. So in the examination you may get what is IoT. So it will be usually a conjunction in the notes, it is I have given, okay. So what is IoT, and another sub question will be there. So these are the 5 points which you have to write. So if it should be enough. If you feel that it's not enough, the marks allotted is more, you can add some more. These are the 5 main points, okay. You can add on these 5 points. So Internet of Things, what is Internet? IoT, it's a technology transition where there are smart devices which are used to sense and control the physical world. So then they are controlled remotely across a network, and there will be an integration, it forms an integrated system. Alright, then so devices will be connected and they can communicate and interact with the people. So it's an umbrella of various concepts, protocols and technology. It's not just in one technology, it's an umbrella of various technologies. So along with that, there are challenges. What are those challenges? There will be like scaling challenges and database challenges, because huge amount of data is generated, as well as there is a need to process it. So next topic is genesis of IoT. So genesis means how it all started. Okay, one by one, step by step, how it all started. So the question in examination, we get what is IoT? Explain the genesis of IoT. You can get a question like that. Okay, so we have a diagram here, and I also always urge students, if there is a diagram, then definitely write that diagram. Okay, so what is the first step? There was connectivity. Okay, so initially early phase of internet, so you could send email, you had a web browser, you could search. Okay, so in terms of IoT, so this was the computers were networked. Okay, so that's it, computers were networks. So in the first point we say, so these are evolutionary phases, genesis. Okay, so it builds on previous one, step by step it evolves. Okay, so first there was just digitization, you could send email, you can go to internet cafe and browse for 1 hour and pay some 20 rupees. So that was the first phase. Second, networked economy. Then came e-commerce. Okay, so there was Flipkart, there was different Amazon and different e-selling, eBay, e-selling sites. Okay, so the business got digitized. Okay, it was that's every whole called a networked economy. Okay, so the economy or the business which thrives on internet. Okay, so the next was immersive experience. Immersive experience means you browse Facebook all the day, right? So it is immersive experience. You don't feel like coming closing Facebook. You don't feel like you will uninstall WhatsApp. You don't feel like you come out, you uninstall YouTube. Okay, right? You don't feel like uninstalling a game. So it attracts all your attention. That is called immersive experience. It attracts all the attention of the user, and it engages technically and emotionally too. Okay, so that's the immersive experience. So earlier there was one thing called in social media Orkut, then came Facebook. Okay, so there is a cloud, there are YouTube videos. Mobility means you have mobile phone for immersive experience. So initially when Facebook was launched, so you had to still the world was in I think networked economy phase. Okay, when Facebook was first launched, or previous to that there was one social media called Orkut, right? So though it was immersive, still you had to go to a cyber cafe, or you should have a landline network access. Okay, only then you could assess that immersive experience. But once the mobility came, once 4G came, so 3G and 2G also didn't impact much, so it was costly and it was relatively slow. But when 4G was introduced some years back, it was relatively cheap and also it was fast. Okay, so then these all Facebook, YouTube, immersive experience, other things, social, cloud, video, these all become powerful. Okay, so this all had a new use cases. So the mobility means here you from a mobile device you can use that immersive experience, right? So the next phase was the evolutions in case of mobility, evolutions in case of social media, evolutions in case of a cloud, that means data management. Okay, so you can store and retrieve your data, and evolutions in case of how we watch our videos. Okay, so in 3G it was just spinning rounds, spinning the spinning ring would be there and it would load for infinite time, but in 4G that didn't happen. uh, so that was the immersive experience was the next stage. After that came internet of things. Okay, so in internet of things we have the connections has to be reliable. So if you have a 2G, you cannot have a internet of things even if it is smart, even if it is connected to 2G network. The transactions that take place, okay, the huge amount of data that has to be transmitted, that will simply not happen in a 2G and a 3G network. Okay, so only after that digitized interaction phase, only then internet of things had more meaning, even though at concept level it was there from 2000s. Okay, so year of 2000, the technology required to implement internet of things came only after, I could say, 4G. Okay, so after that internet of things, they connect people. Okay, so through mobile devices we connect people. Process means if you have an organization. Okay, so we have WhatsApp group, right? So whatever instruction need to be communicated, we put in there. So process, it's a process to okay, so process are connected. So all the, if there is an organization and a process to achieve a task, then again intent of things, for example in terms of communication, it is used data generated. We use in our case only we use Google Forms, right? So you just enter it through your mobile phones, internet of things. And things means smart objects, right? So these are the four steps in which one by one they evolved and became internet of things. How internet of things came to be implemented, as at a concept level it was there very early, but the technology wise only in recent years it has been possible to connect all and make things smart. Okay, so in internet of things, first you should be able to connect, reliable connection. Second, the object should be smart. So both the capabilities recently came, and in the fourth step we are able to implement our internet of things possible. So write the diagram and write some points. So genesis of IoT, so same thing what we talked: connectivity, networked economy, immersive experiences and internet of things. So the notes also is there in the similar format. So I have framed these slides as well as the notes in such a way that it is easy to remember, and it is exam oriented. So IoT and digitization. Next topic is IoT and digitization. What is digitization? Digitization is the digitization of data. Alright. So there was ledgers before in a bank, now there are computers. All your data is stored in a digital format. Digitization is in a long form digitization of data. Okay, so we can retrieve it, process it however we want, we can manipulate it. Okay, so IoT and digitization. Okay, so how internet of things and digitization of data are interconnected. So again we talk about digital economy. What is digital economy? In an economy where the transaction all are the transaction and their transaction data are in digital form. Okay, so that's why we call it as for example wallet pay, credit card payments, internet banking, or the digital economy we call it. Why? Because everything, all the transaction data is in digital form, right? So how internet of things and digitization are connected. Okay, so in IoT focus on connecting things such as objects, things means smart objects, and machines to a computer network such as internet. Okay, so once these connect things are connected, okay, once these smart devices are connected, so that will leads to generation of usage patterns and huge amount of data. So that data can be analyzed, okay, that can be analyzed and we can use it for marketing and etc. Analysis of this data can lead to significant changes to location of to the locations of product displays and advertising. Okay, so if you advertise a product where there are no category of buyers, then what's the point, right? So in a summer, if you are advertising raincoats, right, so that doesn't work. So we have to, suppose if we are marketing or advertising, we have to display it at right location and at right term. So the analysis of data generated from the products, okay, so will give significant insight to usage customer behaviors, right? So analysis of data. So internet of things, so when the objects or smart devices are connected, they give or they create user profiles. We have all Reddit and internet, right? So digitization encompasses the connection of things with the data they generate and the business insights that result. Okay, business insights that results. So as I said before, so these smart objects, they will generate data. When we analyze it using big data, many things. Okay, so when we analyze, we get insights. So what is insights? We get some clues, some hints how customers are behaving. Okay, we get insights on the customer behavior, right? So digitization is the conversion of information into digital format. So in the context of Internet of Things, okay, digitization brings together data, things and business process to make network connection more relevant and more valuable. Okay, so there is a networked connection in Internet of Things concept. So why do we want to network everything? Why do we want to invest in the devices? So I want just a fan. Why do I want a connected fan? Or I will not put more money on it. Customer does not put more money on it. So the company has to develop a smart fan such that we get that smart fan for the same amount. There is no price increase for the same amount of a dumb fan. We get a smart fan. So I add some additional features to it. So the investment is in on the industry part. So why do we want? They want to invest. Okay. So it's in the context of Internet of Things. So what they do, Internet of Things encompasses, they bind these smart devices, the data they generate and the business decision making, so that organizations do. Okay, so if you observe here, customers, everything is to do with targeting customers. The customers, they are just users, they have become here actually. That's the sad part. Alright, so the next point, it's a differentiator for business because you get business insights and customer behavior, and Internet of Things is a prime enabler of this digitization. So smart objects and increased connectivity drive this digitization, and because of the data which can be user data which can be collected, so because of user profiles that can be created, so because of the insights on the customer behavior, this digitization provide. So this is a growing trend. So the companies, countries, governments, everyone wants to embrace this trend. So next topic is what is the impact of IoT. Okay, so generally we are speaking in the module 1 introduction. Okay, so what is the impact of IoT in different areas? So we have to write about connected roadways. So we have to write about connected buildings, smart. We have to talk about smart creatures, we have to talk about smart factories, connected factories. Okay, so these are the four main applications which we will see one by one. Okay, so which will we will first take a connected roadways. So again, so connected roadways is a term associated with both the driver and driverless cars, fully integrating with the surrounding transportation infrastructure. So we can already see that in the pilot fully autonomous driving vehicles. Okay, so they sense through different sensors like radars and other technologies like computer vision, and they sense their surrounding transportation infrastructure, and they fully integrate and drive move driverless. Okay, so transportation infrastructure, what is transportation infrastructure? So maybe the laning of the road, so that the white paint we have in our on roads, in some of our roads. Okay, so that's lane which our people never follow. Okay, so the surround, that's one. The whenever there is a steep turn, so there should be boards showing that there is a steep turn, and so on. So okay, so the transportation infrastructure, good roads, speed breakers at suitable positions whenever there is more traffic, suitable arrangements for that. Okay, so when there are pedestrian, so there should be structures for pedestrian safety. So these are all, and also some indicators to show to the drivers that this is a hazardous zone, accidental zone. So these are all transportation infrastructures. Okay, so sensing the transportation infrastructure, if there is no infrastructure, there cannot be a driverless car. Okay, so they fully integrate with the transportation infrastructure, and the car or any vehicle also through GPS, through 5G. So everything is connected. Okay, so there are sensors, how much fuel is there, where it can reach at what time, how much speed it is going, so whether it is within the limit, everything can be monitored. Okay, so automobiles are produced with thousands of sensors to measure everything from fuel consumption to location to entertainment, so entertainment of the passengers. So as the sensors are becoming IP enabled, so they can, as the smart devices or sensors can be connected to internet, they allow easy communication with other systems both inside and outside the car. Okay, so as a summary, so there are cars, there are vehicles, there are transportation infrastructure. Okay, so using the transportation infrastructure, the vehicles move. So these vehicles are connected, so all the sensors, there are parameters of driving like speed, fuel consumption, everything can be recorded and also can be transmitted. So for driver or driverless cars. Okay, so what are the challenges we have? So what are the challenges which are being addressed by these solutions? So first is safety. So if overspeeding is detected, for example, so you can anticipate a potential crash. Okay, so these all things, if there is a crash, then you can send a medical response to that crash. Okay, these are all connected to safety, so which the connected roadways under IoT can bring, the solutions which it can bring. Mobility, so it will make a more informed decision. So if we have Google Map, whether it is works correctly or not, that's a different thing, but we can see whether in some location it is the traffic congestions or not. If there is a traffic congestion, we can reroute, right? So mobility, we can make decision with respect to travel. All right, so next is environment. So so today everything is green transportation. Okay, so if it is safe, if we can route our destination such that it uses less fuel. Okay, so then it is green transportation. Okay, so it makes IoT will enable us to make decisions so that it is more environment friendly. All right, so next one is the connected factory. What is connected factory? There are the different subsystems, like for example, again, if we take an factory, which produces cars or any passenger vehicles. Then there are robotic arms, there are assembly lines, there are people who are checking whether the quality checking. Okay, so there are people who are managing those machines. Okay, everything is there. So if the subsystems talk, if the quality checks subsystem talks with that robotic arm and give feedback that something is wrong, it can be corrected on the fly, right? So this is connected factory. So what kind of a so what are the main challenges which that factories are today facing? So they need to uh, accelerate their new products. Okay, it has to be fast. Accelerating new product means for example in the automobile sector, if a product is defective, or the customers think that a particular design is not good in a given car or a given passenger vehicles, then those things are analyzed and suitable decisions are taken during the production. Okay, so that one. So increasing plant production quality and uptime while decreasing cost. Okay, so you integrate all the instruments which produce a vehicle, and so speed up the production, so make good quality. As I said, quality check instruments can communicate with the robotic arm and so on. And also uptime means for example, if you have a machine, it does not mean that it will work for 24 hours, it needs maintenance, right? So for how many hours it will work for a scheduled maintenance, before a scheduled maintenance, that is uptime. Okay, so if production is fast, quality is good, uptime is more, then it will decrease the cost. So all this should be resulting in decreasing cost, not increasing in cost, right? So mitigating unplanned downtime. All right, so mitigating unplanned downtime means suddenly you are planning that I want to produce this month 10,000 vehicles. So suddenly your factory goes down, some subsystem in the factory goes down, so that's unplanned downtime. Okay, so how to mitigate the unplanned downtime? If there is a diagnostic system, okay, so if there is a diagnostic system which tells that okay, it's this part is wearing out, maybe within a week it will go down, then you can plan the downtime. Okay, so maybe you can say that okay, I will maintain that particular subsystem, okay, only in the nights, okay, from 10 to morning before the shift. So we will take out that subsystem and maintain it, do the service to it. So then that is a mitigating unplanned downtime. So unplanned downtime means you did not expect it down in the machine, it will go down and it went down. Mitigating unplanned IoT, what it can do, it can run a diagnostic on the machine and tell you that it's going down, maybe this part has gone down and within a week it will you have to service it. Okay, so mitigating unplanned downtime. Next one is securing factories from cyber threats. Internet of things actually increases networking, and as the networking increase, there are cyber threats. So you need to make proper plan for mitigating this cyber security threats. So improving worker productivity and safety. So if a subsystem is working well as planned, okay, so then the workers will be safe, so in the factories. So connected factories can address all these challenges. So a convergence of factory based operational technologies and architectures with global IT is referred to as connected factories. Okay, so this for factories itself, which we will see in the SCADA, there are many protocols. So for factory Internet of Things, on the industrial IoT they say. Okay, so for industrial Internet of Things itself, there are different protocols and there are different standards of sensors. Okay, so for example, if you take a house automation, it is not mission critical. So if there is a automated fan and it does not work, if it goes down, it's okay, there is no one is getting hurt. But in a factory, if there is an unplanned downtime and if some instruments are not working as they are expected, it can hurt someone, right? So there are different level of standards for sensors, there are there are different protocols for industrial IoT itself. Okay, so they work in real time. Okay, they work in real time. What is real time? So the response to an event is quick, within some microseconds. That is real time. You are taking the action now. So that is real time. So Internet of Things can mitigate all these hazards which factories may be having through protocols specially designed for the factories, and that is the impact of IoT on a connected factory. So industrial revolution, so IoT, how it came into industrial IoT today, that which is called industry 4.0. So that industrial IoT is called industry 4.0. So first industrial, this evolution is also there. If you have a question on connected factory, we have to write this. So industry 1.0, it was just a mechanical one. So there was basic machines which were steam powered. Okay, so you know, steam powered engines and all. So next one, they were mills and handlooms and everything. So there was as there was electricity, okay, so as there was supply of electricity, so there were electric run machines were there. So that was the second industrial revolutions. There were first, there were factories but were steam powered. Next, there were factories in industry 2.0, there were factories but electricity powered. Next, electronics and control, IT industry. So from 2000 how it evolved we can know, that is industry 3.0. Okay, so IT assisted industries. All right. So next now is IoT assisted industries or industrial IoT. There are sensors, they are integrated and make decisions. That is the industry 4.0. So this way you have to write if there is a question on impact of IoT, especially connected factory. Okay, so again smart connected buildings. Buildings are again a part of a home automations. The HVAC means air conditioning. So air conditioning, ventilation, heating, everything from fire suppression systems and everything, and CCTV, surveillance, security of the buildings. These are all interconnected through sensors and different instruments of Internet of Things. Smart connected buildings, that's what this. Smart creatures, we know the drones and everything. So they can sense and even transmit images, computer vision, night vision systems, everything, right? So smart creatures, or in this context now drone technologies, or small creatures, roaches. So right, just like it just looks like a cockroach, and or some spider or something, and it will have a camera, and those cameras will move. They do work in hazardous conditions and all. These are all smart creatures. A robot dog is there, it carries all the bricks, and it can do heavy lifting. So these are all smart creatures. Okay, so more these smart creatures are more we can say IoT and robotics, we can say. Okay, so what are the impact of IoT? So which so if we get a if we get a question, what is the impact of IoT? So first write about connected roadways. What are the challenges? What are the answers you are getting? Next, talk about connected factories. Okay, so next talk about smart buildings. Next topic about smart creatures. So I have made the slide such that one slide per point. Okay, connected roadways one slide, connected factory one slide, so one extra diagram is there. Smart connected buildings and smart creatures. So this is what you have to write about IoT impact. And also we can write it may be asked that write a short note on connected factory, write a short note on connected roadways can also be asked. So build some answers. So these are the main points for it. So whatever question is asked, these are the main points. If more marks is allotted to it, see that you add some more points based on this.